The 7-Day Transformation, How to Become Unrecognizable in 1 week. Dramatic music plays. The screen fades into a person staring at themselves in the mirror, looking frustrated, defeated. Then, a montage of people stuck in cycles, waking up late, scrolling endlessly, procrastinating, making excuses. Narration. What if I told you that in just 7 days you could become a completely different person? Not just a little better, not just slightly improved, but so radically different that even your closest friends and family do a double take. Not a fantasy, not some cliche new year, new me nonsense. A real, measurable transformation. The problem? Most people waste years waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for someone to give them permission. Here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No magic moment is going to arrive. The person you want to be, they don't exist yet. You have to create them, and you don't need years to do it. You need 1 week. 7 days of brutal honesty, discipline, and action. 7 days that will break you and then rebuild you into something stronger. This is not for everyone, but if you're ready, let's begin. Day 1. Destroy the old self. Visual. A man ripping up a piece of paper. A woman erasing a whiteboard full of negative words. A hammer smashing a clock set to a late morning hour. Before we build, we destroy. Look at your life right now. Be brutally honest. Are you waking up late? Are you scrolling for hours with nothing to show for it? Are you constantly saying, "I'll start tomorrow"? Are you surrounded by people who drain your energy? Write it all down. Every self-destructive habit, every excuse, every toxic mindset. Get it out of your head and onto paper. Now, destroy it, burn it, shred it, throw it in the trash. It sounds dramatic, but your brain remembers physical actions. This isn't just a list. It's a funeral for the old you. Practical example. Ever notice how moving to a new city can feel like a fresh start? That's because your environment is tied to your identity. Today, you mentally move out of your old life. Now let's start building. Day 2. Physical reinvention. Visual. Someone waking up early, tying their running shoes, gym footage, sweat dripping, a fridge filled with clean, healthy food. Your body is the physical manifestation of your discipline. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you see someone who is slouched, weak, unfocused, that's a direct result of your daily actions. Today, that changes. Posture. Stand tall, shoulders back, walk into every room like you belong there. Because you do. Training. You don't have to lift like a bodybuilder, but you do need to move. Run. Do push-ups. Do something that makes your body sweat. Nutrition. No more junk. If you can't imagine a high performer eating it, don't eat it. Drink water. Half the time you're tired, you're just dehydrated. Practical example. Ever noticed how CEOs, elite military personnel, and top athletes all take fitness seriously? It's not about vanity. It's about energy, resilience, and mental sharpness. If you want to operate at that level, you need to treat your body like a high-performance machine. Day 3. Mental upgrade. Visual. Books, meditation, someone journaling, someone deleting social media apps. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but most people let it rust. Every thought you have, every word you speak, is shaping your reality. Today, you stop letting your brain run on autopilot. Question every belief. Who told you that you're not good enough? Who convinced you that you can't succeed? Most of these beliefs aren't even yours. Rewire your language. I can't. I will figure it out. I don't know. I'll find a way. Practical example. Did you know that Olympic athletes train their minds as much as their bodies? Visualization, self-talk, and mental conditioning separate winners from everyone else. Start thinking like a champion. Day 4. Ruthless action visual. A to-do list with everything checked off. Someone cold calling a business lead. A writer hammering away at a keyboard. Most people think about change. You execute it. If something needs to be done, do it now. No more thinking about it. No more research mode. Move. Practical example. Ever had a friend who always says, "I'm going to start working out," but never does? Or someone who wants to start a business but just keeps planning? You don't want to be that person. Today, you become the one who just does it.
Day 5. Dominate your environment. Visual. A cluttered desk getting cleaned. Someone blocking social media apps. A group of successful people laughing together. Your environment is shaping you right now, whether you realize it or not. Cut the noise. Delete toxic apps. Mute distractions. Upgrade your space. Make your room, desk, car, everything around you reflect who you want to be. Audit your circle. Are the people around you inspiring or draining you? Practical example. There's a reason successful people surround themselves with other successful people. Energy is contagious. If you want to be great, spend time with greatness. Day 6, iron discipline visual. Someone waking up at 5 a.m. A calendar with tasks crossed off. A runner pushing through exhaustion. Motivation fades. Discipline lasts. Today, you set non-negotiables. No more excuses. If it's on your schedule, you do it. No skipping. Whether you feel like it or not, you execute. Practical example. Navy SEALs have a saying, discipline equals freedom. The more disciplined you are now, the more control you have over your future. Day 7, the final test visual. Side-by-side transformation shots. A confident person stepping into the world. This is where most people fail. They do the work for a week, then go back to their old habits. Not you. You felt the shift. Now, you decide, is this your new reality, or just another short-lived experiment? Your old self is gone. The unrecognizable version of you has arrived. And this is only the beginning. Epic music swells. The screen fades to black with one final message. 7 days, 168 hours, a lifetime of change. The choice is yours. The power of endurance narrator. The Stoics believed in the power of endurance. They taught that hardship should not only be tolerated, but welcomed. Because struggle is what molds strength. Look at some of the greatest minds and figures in history. Steve Jobs was fired from the very company he built. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. The difference between them and everyone else? They didn't crumble. They endured. They embraced the struggle and used it as fuel to become legends. Life will test you. It will break you if you let it. Hardship is not your enemy. It is your training ground. Memento mori. The ultimate reminder. Narrator. Memento mori. A phrase that means, remember, you will die. Sounds grim? Maybe. But the Stoics didn't intend to scare you. They wanted you to wake up. Because every second you hesitate, every moment lost in fear, is a moment you will never get back. Think about this. If you knew today was your last day, how would you act? Would you finally start that project? Would you tell that person you love them? Would you stop making excuses and live with urgency? You don't have time to wait. You don't have time to hesitate. The right time is an illusion. The only time is now. Mental mastery. Control your reactions. Narrator. True mastery is not about controlling the world. It's about controlling yourself. Imagine two people stuck in traffic. One is honking, cursing, and filled with rage. The other sits in silence, listening to an audiobook, completely unbothered. Same situation, different response. One is a slave to his emotions. The other is in control. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. That is your power. That is your freedom. Train your perception. Rewire your mind. Narrator. Your mind is a battlefield. What you consume will determine whether you win or lose. You say you want success, but do your habits align with it? Are you reading books that challenge you? Are you surrounding yourself with people who elevate your thinking? Or are you drowning in distractions, feeding your brain junk food? Start journaling. Document your thoughts. Track your progress. Rewrite limiting beliefs into empowering statements. Stop saying I can't. Say I will. Stop saying I don't know. Say, I'll find out. Weak language creates weak action. Kill it. Embrace discomfort. Become unshakable. Narrator. The more discomfort you willingly endure, the stronger you become. Take cold showers. Train your body to handle stress. Fast intermittently to master your impulses. Lift heavier, run longer, push harder. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you weaken the grip of fear. David Goggins, former Navy SEAL, says, "Callous your mind. The more adversity you seek, the less life can shake you." Command presence. The world respects strength. Narrator. How do people react when you enter a room? Do they notice you? Do they respect you? Presence is not about dominance. It's about energy. It's about how you carry yourself. Stand tall. Speak with clarity. Remove filler words. Silence is a weapon. Use it wisely. The greatest leaders don't shout to be heard. They command attention with presence. Relentless execution. Stop thinking. Start doing. Narrator. Most people live in the realm of theory. They analyze. They hesitate. They overthink. But execution is what separates the elite from the average. You will not wait. You will not plan endlessly. You will move. Now. Your first attempt won't be perfect. It doesn't need to be. What matters is momentum. Action breeds clarity. Waiting breeds regret. Narrator. Your life is your responsibility. No excuse, no setback, no external force can define you. Only you can. Start now. No more hesitation. No more waiting. Be the person you were meant to be. The Stoic Code of Execution. The relentless path to mastery. Introduction. The war against hesitation. What separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stagnant? It's not talent, luck, or intelligence. It's execution. Relentless, disciplined execution. This is a call to action, a blueprint for mastering your life through action. The Stoics understood that hesitation breeds weakness, while action creates power. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, didn't just think about virtue, he practiced it daily. His personal journal wasn't just philosophical musings, it was a tool to refine his actions and his character. The lesson? Reflection is only powerful when it fuels decisive action. Make decisions like a general. The greatest leaders in history, from Julius Caesar to modern-day CEOs, understand that hesitation is the enemy of progress. They make decisions swiftly and adapt along the way. Jeff Bezos, for example, talks about making 70% decisions, taking action when you have roughly 70% of the necessary information. Waiting for absolute certainty leads to missed opportunities. Practical application. Next time you're faced with a tough decision, set a time limit. Give yourself 30 seconds, 1 hour, or 1 day, whatever fits the context. But once the time is up, decide and move forward. Accountability as a weapon. One of the fastest ways to level up your execution is to introduce external accountability. Studies show that you are 95% more likely to achieve a goal if you have a partner holding you accountable. Think of elite athletes. LeBron James doesn't train alone. He has coaches, teammates, and performance experts monitoring his progress. Practical application. Announce your goal publicly. Whether it's starting a business, writing a book, or getting in shape, tell someone who will hold you to it. Set deadlines and consequences. Make failure costly. Introduce deliberate discomfort. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. The human mind is wired to seek the path of least resistance, but progress happens when you push beyond what feels easy. David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL, runs ultramarathons in extreme conditions, not because he enjoys suffering, but because he understands that the mind must be trained like a muscle. Practical application. Start small. Take a cold shower. Wake up an hour earlier. Speak up in a meeting when you normally stay silent. These small acts of discomfort build resilience.
Develop a system for execution. Motivation is fleeting. Systems are permanent. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, explains that success is not about setting big goals, but creating habits and systems that make achievement inevitable. Think of an Olympic athlete. They don't rely on motivation to train. They have a structured schedule, a meal plan, and a coach. Their success is automated through systems. Practical application. Create a daily execution checklist. Break goals into small, repeatable tasks. Batch similar tasks to minimize decision fatigue. Set up environments that eliminate distractions. Step 5. Shift your identity. Become the executor. You are not someone trying to become disciplined. You are disciplined. You are not someone working on being a leader. You lead. This is not about temporary motivation, it's about identity transformation. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't see himself as someone trying to get in shape. He was a bodybuilder long before he won a single competition. His actions were simply a reflection of his identity. Practical application. Write down the identity you want to embody. I am a writer. I am an athlete. I am an entrepreneur. Then act accordingly. Every action is a vote for the person you are becoming. The final step, burn the ships. Cortés, the Spanish conquistador, famously burned his ships upon arriving in the New World, leaving his men no choice but to move forward. This is the ultimate act of commitment. When retreat is not an option, success becomes inevitable. Practical application. Eliminate the escape routes. Want to start a business? Quit browsing job postings. Want to write a book? Announce the release date publicly. Force yourself to move forward. Conclusion. Will you execute or hesitate? This is your choice. Right now, will you take action or will you hesitate? The world respects those who execute. If you implement even one of these principles today, you will already be ahead of 99% of people. But if you embrace all of them, you will become unrecognizable to your former self. Call to action. Choose one thing you've been avoiding, one decision you've been hesitating on, and act on it right now. This is the path to mastery. This is the way of execution. This is the life you were meant to live.